What's up everybody, my name is Moxie Mappy and today I want to talk about the difference between limiters, maximizers and clippers. Three tools that all help control loudness but in very different ways. I'm going to talk about the Pro L2 by FabFilter, the Ozone 11 maximizer by iZotope and the Gold Clip by Schwabe Digital. Let's check out how they work differently. I'm going to start with the FabFilter Pro L2. The FabFilter Pro L2 is a limiter that is basically a brick wall compressor that makes sure your audio doesn't go over a certain level. It's mainly used to catch peaks and prevents clipping. Think of it as a safety net for your master. I like to set it up at -0.1. This prevents your master from clipping. I set up this 1-to-1 button so the output is matched to the input, so you will hear what the limiter is doing. So as you can see, the limiter only works when the peaks hit the ceiling over here and the rest stays untouched. You don't want to overdo this because if you do, your track will get a pumping or sucking effect. You want to prevent this during mastering. I'm going to exaggerate what I'm doing so you hear what I mean. That is the sucking or pumping effect which I meant. Let's move over to the Ozone maximizer. The maximizer by iZotope is technically a limiter, but it's built to push the loudness of a track in a transparent way. It doesn't just stop peaks, it actually enhances the overall perceived volume without squashing everything. I match the output with the input so we know what the plugin is doing without increasing the volume, and let's dial it in. So as you can hear, I can push this really loud without that sucking effect that the limiter has. So that's why I like to use this plugin if I need more loudness. I'm going to do a quick A/B between the maximizer and the Pro L2 to demonstrate what I mean with the sucking effect in the limiter and not in the maximizer. Let's check it out. Okay, here we have the Pro L2. I increased the gain by 14 dB on the Pro L2 and I increased the gain by 14 dB on the maximizer as well. Everything is pushed really hard now, so it's distorting a bit, but don't focus on that. I just want you to focus on that pumping effect that I was talking about. Let's start with the FabFilter Pro L2 first. Okay, here's the maximizer. So as you can hear, that pumping effect isn't noticeable on the Ozone 11 maximizer, but it is noticeable on the Pro L2. So that's why I like to use the maximizer to increase volume and just the Pro L to catch the last peaks during mastering. Let's check out what the Gold Clip is doing by Schwabe Digital. A clipper is a more aggressive way of controlling peaks. Instead of compressing them, it cuts off the transient and adds harmonic distortion, which can sound great on drums or bass heavy music. I like to use a little bit of clipping in mastering, and when I add a clipper on, let's say, a one shot of a kick, I like to use it more aggressively to get a certain sound. I'm going to drop the ceiling down so you hear what the clipper is doing. When to use each one. You can use a limiter if you need to prevent clipping at the end of your mastering chain, if your track is already loud enough and you don't want to color the sound, or if you need transparent peak control. You can use a maximizer if you need loudness without losing clarity, if you want to push the track above its natural dynamic range without squashing it, or if you're in the mastering stage and want to hit a certain level to compete with other music on streaming platforms. You can use a clipper when you need extra loudness without overcompressing, or if you want to control peaks before hitting the compressor, or if you're working with drums, bass, or aggressive sounds that need some extra distortion. I'm going to show you how I achieve loud masters. I always start with the gold clip, then I use the maximizer, and then I'm using the Pro L just to catch the last peaks. I'm not going to get this track really loud because it's really dynamic. Normally I do a lot more on my mastering chain. I'm just going to show you the last step of how you can get loud masters. Okay, I'm going to start with the gold clip and let's check it out. Now we're jumping into the maximizer by Ozone 11. I've reset everything to 0 and now we're going to increase the gain. Okay, I think something like this. And now we're into FabFilter Pro L2. And I'm just going to increase the gain till I hear distortion. Let's check it out. Yeah, I think something like this. And when I'm done, I'm just gonna press this 1-to-1 button again, and now I know I have a loud master which is competitive with other tracks on streaming platforms. Okay, that's it for this video right now. I hope I gave you some insight about the difference between a clipper, a maximizer, and a limiter. In what way do you use these plugins? Please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel, and I would love to see you on to the next one. Peace!